Hey everyone, welcome back to Sister Girl's Second Act. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sheila and welcome. Today we're still in the picnic phase as far as like different things that I would like to be able to offer you to make for picnics, not cookouts, picnics. Today we're making another one of my creations and it is a Gruyere cheese with caramel. I can never say this word. Caramelized onions and baked ham inside of a dough. You know, my cinnamon roll dough, I turned around and I just started making all these different types of fillings. So that's the filling that I have today, and it's for ham. The ham I'm putting in the crock pot, just got like a small one. Um, and it's like about 1.5 pounds. It's already cooked, so what I'm going to do is put it on low. Put a little bit of liquid in there so that it can stay nice and juicy. And then when I'm ready to use it, I'll just turn it off or turn it to warm once the dough is done, you know, the rolls and everything, and I can just put everything together. And I'm really excited about this creation today because it definitely showcases how I like to cook. And I hope that you will want to cook like it too. What do I mean by that? Well, from now on, we're going to be more focused on intuitive cooking. As you know, I'm not really a recipe driven cook, okay? I never was, and I don't ever think I probably will be. I mean, my mom wasn't, and she taught me how to cook, and recipes are okay, but it's not something that is set in stone as far as I'm concerned. And a lot of times, even though we can all cook the same or use the same recipe, it doesn't always come out the same way. It could be due to all kinds of reasons. Either the measurements are wrong or our stoves aren't calibrated the same. It could be a whole variety of factors. And I just think it's time that, you know, you got to learn how to cook sort of like intuitively using your sight and the smell and the taste and become creative. Nothing is set in stones, and these recipes definitely aren't. And that's the way that I basically cook. I mean, yeah, there are some things that you have to use as far as like, you know, a recipe for, like with baking. You have to sort of like stay on track with baking. But once you get to know it, you can change it around the way you want. And that's basically like with any recipe. That's what a real cook does. You know, learning how to use your senses, like I said, your sight, your touch, your taste to guide you through the act of cooking. And, you know, as I said, I look at a recipe as a guideline to cooking, not something that's etched in stone. And I just get more enjoyment of because of the fact that I can take a recipe, change it up, add something to it, take something out. You know, I make it to the way that I like it, and I want you to as well. As you know, I don't always give out full instructions on recipes because I forget sometimes that I have an audience that some of us don't know how to cook at all. And I'm really sorry for that. But you know what? This can be done. You know, it's not hard. Um, and I want you to be empowered to where you can just like go into the kitchen, go into the pantry, and take something out and put some stuff together. And like eventually, I mean, I want to be able to show you what goes with what, you know, more about seasonings, the different types of taste. Just like today, we're working on caramelized onions. Caramelized onions, when you cook them the way that we are today, it gives off such a nice sweet taste. And against the savory. And then you got that creamy Gruyere cheese, you know, and you put it together inside the dough. I mean, my dough is always good anyway. And for those of you that don't know or don't want to make as far as like the dough from scratch, you can always go and get pizza dough from the store. Just start out and just go from there. Easy peasy. But I'm telling you, once you start cooking like that, you'll never stop. Um, And that's what I love about being able to change a recipe around. I like to challenge myself, and I want you to be that way too. I'm not going to be one of those people on these channels that number one, you have to do this. Number two, you have to do that. Number three, no, that's not me. I don't cook like that. I never have and probably never will. Unless it's sometimes what I do is when I get a recipe, I will cook it the exact, maybe the first time. Then I turn and start changing it up and adding my own thing. You want food to represent you, to be what you like, your taste, not what somebody else has come up with. And I'm hoping that, that's what you'll get out of my channel. If you have any questions, please send them to me. And I'm just being honest. I'm not, a TV personality. I don't have assistants around putting all this stuff together for me. I do everything out of my kitchen, but everything that I do is made with love. It's just like I love to cook. And, I'll probably never be famous. I'm not expecting to be famous for it, but I just want to be truthful. There's everyone doesn't learn the same way. Some people thrive on directions A, B, C, D. I don't do that. I go from A to D to Z back to M and might put another extra letter in there. That's just me, how I cook. But I just thought I wanted to explain that to you. Just in case you're wondering why sometimes I don't have the recipe in there, or it's not the recipe, but basically I would say the measurements. Yes, I am very bad with measurements when it comes to because I'm changing them up all the time. I can give you a basic, and pretty soon you'll be able to tell how much salt you have in your hand, or how much what a cup looks like. You'll be able to. I want you to be able to do that kind of stuff too. But anyway, let's go ahead. I'm going to bring you in the kitchen. I'll start you off with my dough. I'm not going to give all of the, as far as measurements for my dough, because I've done so many videos on how to make my dough. So you can check my prior videos in regards to the bread dough by itself if you would like to. Or like I said, you can go to the store and get some pizza dough or bread dough I'm sure it's in the refrigerated section. Let it thaw out, come to room temperature, and boom, let's go. You know what I mean? But anyway, this is something that you can take for a picnic if you want to be different. I mean, yeah, this ham and cheese, but this is not your ordinary ham and cheese, okay? It is not deli cheese. It's the regular ham. And like I said, I put it in the crock pot. I'm letting it cook for a little while. It's on warm, so it'll be nice and juicy and tender. And then I'm going to do something else with it too. I'll put a little bit of something on the top, a little something before I put it in the roll. But once you start making this bread, if you do, you're gonna get spoiled. You're gonna start getting creative with your own stuff. You're gonna be so excited when it comes out right and the things that you've made and people start complimenting. I'm telling you, girl, this is the way I think cooking is going, in the direction that cooking is going. Anyway, but let's go. I gotta wash my hands. And I'll probably be talking a lot, playing a little bit of music, doing all kinds of stuff. So anyway, that's enough of my spiel, and let's get going. I'm about to make some caramelized onions, and I tried using my larger knife, and they're too thick. I want them as thin as possible. So I'm going to try this knife, because you want that as thin as possible. So let me see if I can go ahead and do it And they don't have to be perfect because they're just, I want to really basically cut them and make them into strips. So let's see how this looks. So I got, yeah, this is about the size that I think I want them because they're going to shrink up a little bit anyway. But what I'm also going to do is just like cut them because I'm going to lay these down in my dough. So yeah, and if I want to make them even thinner, I guess I could go ahead and cut these even more. Let me see if I can do this. Might not. That might not work. But anyway, I'm gonna put that to the side. Go ahead and this one's definitely too thick. Too thick, too thick, too thick. And I don't even really care if they break or not. They don't have, because I'm going to be cutting them anyway. I'm talking about this. This is how I want them. Nice and thin. Just like this. They're going to shrink up as they cook. And I want them nice and caramelized. So I have the pan heating up now. And let me see. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add my onions. I put some grapeseed oil in here. Turn it down to low because I don't want them to cook too fast. But I want them to get nice and brown. While that's going on, I'm going to go ahead and shred my Gruyere cheese. Okay, I got my cheese. I'll go ahead and move this up a little bit. And I've got like all kinds of graters. I try to rotate them. The other one that I have, it's getting kind of old, and I think I'm going to have to trade it in for a newer one. But that's what happens when you hold on to your utensils and stuff. I don't buy utensils or replace them that often, but it's time for an upgrade. In the meantime, this one is fine. I'm just gonna grate enough to go the length of the dough when I roll it out. And I want it to be oozing out of the top, so I'm gonna make sure that I have enough. Those onions smell good, okay? If I were to gauge about how much this is, as far as like, I'd say this is about a cup or so. And this is like one of these type of recipes where, and I hope to do more, where you can feel your way through cooking. Nothing has to be precise except for the dough. You know, but baking, you always have to be exact, because if you miss one ingredient, it just throws everything else off. But when it comes to just regular cooking of other items, you can basically feel your way along. And I think that's the art of a true cook. Not following or, flipping through pages of a recipe. I mean, granted, if I've never cooked anything before and I have the recipe, I'll use the recipe the first time, but after that, I basically will tweak it, change it, all kinds of stuff. So I think this will be enough. I'll go ahead and put this to the side. And let's go ahead and check out our onions. Now, can you see them starting to get brown? When they start turning brown, this is like when they're really getting caramelized, which is like the sugar is coming out of them. And that's how I want it. I might even add a couple more onions in there, but I don't want my roll to be too oniony, you know? Now, can you see them starting to get brown? When they start turning brown, this is like when they're really getting caramelized, which is like the sugar is coming out of them. And that's how I want it. I might even add a couple more onions in there, but I don't want my roll to be too oniony, you know? Okay, so I went ahead and got my breadboard ready for my dough. These are the onions. Don't they look beautiful? Look. And this is caramel. I can't even get the word out of my mouth. Caramelized onions. Look, after they're cooked. Look at this. You can smell the fragrance. Got my cheese. So now I have my bread dough. And I don't know. There's just something about dough. I love making it and the bread. You know, I'm getting spoiled where, and I'm also prepared for not going to the store to buy a loaf of bread. I just make my own now. I just get much more satisfaction when I make it myself because number one, I know what's in it. So I don't have to worry about that guessing. Is it safe? Are the ingredients okay? You know, I don't want to go through all that. All right, let me get my rolling pin. Also, you want to take a little bit of the flour and put it on your rolling pin. And so let's go. I'm going to start rolling it out. I should have gotten a bigger, use a bigger board, but it's okay. I like to keep things contained instead of having them spread all over the place. Look at these bad boys. They have risen. Look how big they are. I'm about to put them in the oven. This is what I'm talking about. Yes. I'm going to put them in a 350-degree oven for about 35, 40 minutes or so. Oh, wow. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put an egg wash on there. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that first. Got to put an egg wash on it to make the tops look a little better. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this egg wash on it. I'm using a whole egg. And I'm using a whole egg because I want the shine as well as the color. And I added a tiny bit of water to it as well. And I just can't believe how nice these things rose. I am having a really good bread moment here. I'm just like so proud of these things. Yes. Perfect for sandwich size. Definitely for sandwich size. Alright, I'm going to put this on there. All over. I hope I didn't miss any. I don't think so. This should brown up a little nicely. I don't want them too brown, and I hope that they have the shine. If you want just to shine, you can just use the egg white. If you want a little bit of more color in it, then you use the egg yolk. But I'm using both, so hopefully that's what will happen. At this point, I'm just glad that they rose to the size that they did. I'm really proud of these. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the oven now. Oh my goodness. Yes, 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 yes. There you go. Oh, see you soon. So I've got my bread and my ham in there. So we'll wait till they're done and I will assemble this. Oh, I got another thing that I need to make. My potatoes on a skewer. Okay, these are the rolls. Don't they look beautiful? Oh my goodness. Look at this. I'm so happy. Where is my mitt so I can take this out? Oh, I am so happy about this. Look at this. Beautiful. For a little while longer, but I'm going to take that out. Oh my goodness. And I just added a little bit of glaze over the top of the ham. Look at that with the breadcrumbs on it. I'm about to take that out in a few minutes because it's already fully cooked. And I'm going to put this all together. I can hardly wait. So what did you think? I can remember as a little girl going into the deli part of the supermarket and seeing those onion rolls that, I never knew that I would be making them myself one day. But here I am. And that's what cooking is all about, trying new things. And, you know, if you don't succeed, try again. It's all in just taking a chance. You don't have to be boxed in by anything. Get creative. And as hard as times are going to be, we don't have any choice. So let's have fun doing that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope that you will try it out. I'm telling you, once you get started, especially if you start getting into making your bread dough yourself, you are not going to want to go back to the store stuff. I'm telling you. I'm spoiling myself. But I got to watch out for the bread because I know it's going to put a little couple of pounds on me if I'm not careful. But anyway, yes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please leave them below. I hope I explained everything today to you clearly. But if you don't understand, just send me something in the comment below. I'll answer you. I got you. We're going to get through this, okay? All right, have a wonderful and safe week, and I'll talk to you next time. All right, also, if there's anything that you would like for me to make in regards to, like I said, we're still in the picnic phase. I'm doing specializing on sandwiches and picnic food for a little while before we move on. Then just like ask me, let me know. All right, talk to you later. Bye.